hash mark. He put himself pretty big gap between his backside and the rest of the Republic defense. That right there is everybody's got to do their job. He went left but then cut right, but so much of our defense had already committed to him that when he cut back against the grain, there wasn't anybody there, and he was just able to have free range all the way down to the end zone.
Kick the extra point. Snap is high, but they get it down. It is up and good, and Carl Junction takes a 7-0 lead with 8:37 left to go in the first quarter. Long run by Joe Kennedy, and that gives the Bulldogs the lead. Any day is a great day to send flowers. Even today, even when it's raining like this, it is a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com. When you're looking to buy or sell a home in Republic, you want someone who knows this market and also knows marketing. You want the team at Sue Carter Real Estate Group. Sue's been helping families with their real estate needs here in Republic for 15 years, and she's assembled Republic's biggest and best team of real estate professionals. They're innovative, hardworking, and committed to helping you. Whether you're buying or selling, put them on your team. The Sue Carter Real Estate Group. It's about home.
And number 34, Josh Sterling. Cameron Simon, number 10, to kick off for Carl Junction.
Well, here on special teams, as Carl Junction lines up to kick the ball, weather changes everything. Ball tends to not go as far. Whoever is catching it or receiving the ball, got to make sure that you get your arms in nice and tight, make a nice little kind of cup or basket for that football to go through because it's slippery right now, and make sure it doesn't slip out. They do a little pooch
Flood
kick.
is deep, but they don't kick it to him, and the ball is picked up, and now look, there he goes.
He's got the kicker left. Oh!
And just dragged Blake Holland picked up the ball in front and came streaking out of there, and a big return, so a good field position start for the Tigers. That was a crazy play.
That was a crazy play. I didn't get to see the number of the Carl Junction player that actually made the tackle, but it was essentially the kicker that pretty much saved the run back. He kind of swung him around there, and just enough time for a Carl Junction player to backtrack and tackle him from behind.
By the way, if you are listening to the feed, the video feed should be up and running now. It was having difficulties earlier, but should be able to watch if that's what you want to do. The ball's bobbled. Somehow they hang on to it. Nice play by Hayes to even get the handoff to Sigmund.
Yeah, and they had some kind of instances last week where there wasn't the best handoffs throughout the game last week, and that was with dry conditions. They're definitely going to have to make sure that everybody is on the same page this evening with the ball extremely wet on that complex handoff they've got.
Second down and about 3. They give it to Sigmund again. He's got room up the middle, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And just like that, we're tied up on a touchdown run by Riley Sigmund.
Sigmund had a huge hole right up the middle, too. Offensive line just literally kind of parted the defensive line, and the linebackers had kind of come up and committed. Once he was able to get past the middle linebackers, there was nobody there to tackle him, and essentially he went in untouched in the end zone.
And boy, you saw when he got to about the 18-yard line, there was nobody between him and the end zone. Extra point is up and good. And that was fast. Rich Miles, I predict this is going to be a crazy, crazy game. The rain is coming down. The scoring is already off and running. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a crazy one. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more after this.
Ugh, my bank hit me with $8 in fees last month.
Weird. My bank paid me $8 last month.
No way! You have a balance like that with today's interest rates?
Nope. 4% cash back on my debit card swipes. Last month, I swiped $200. That's $8. I could easily do it every month, and I plan to.
What bank is that?
It's Mid-Missouri Bank and Kasasa Cashback Free Checking.
Earn some money from your money. Qualifications, limits, and rules apply. Visit midmobank.com for more details. Member FDIC.
Hetty Barbecue Company's home to great barbecue, including the famous Pig Nasty Sandwich. They're also home to the Mid-Missouri Bank Repmo Football Show every Wednesday night. Go in and check them out or call them for takeout at 732-4BBQ. Tigers tie it up. It's 7-7 with 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. Line drive kick again. Taken again by Armentrout. Big opening. Bounces off a couple of men, and there's the tackle. Made down there by Jacob Cody. You mentioned having to, and Dustin Baldwin also in the pregame show mentioned having to wrap up, and that's not easy in these conditions because not only is the ball slippery, but so is everybody else.
No, you're exactly right. When you are essentially just drenched in rain yourself, and then you're trying to tackle someone else that's just soaked to the bone, wrapping up is the most important thing we can do this evening.
Man goes in motion to the left side. Kennedy keeps it, and that time he's got nowhere to go. 3 Tigers meet him there.
Quarterback keeper by Joe Kennedy.
Right. What Carl Junction does most of the time is they'll do some read option. The QB is literally reading what our defensive ends are doing. Is the defensive end coming up on him, or is the defensive end coming down on the back? And that's what he's reading. So everybody's got to do their job, and we've already seen just how quick Kennedy is the QB for Carl Junction. And so if he keeps that ball, we got to make sure we keep him in front of us, not allow him to cross our face.
Evan Smith had the tackle. Brady Coggin was in on it as well that time, and running around the left side of the line.
Carries to the left side.
On the end around. Another stop made by the Tigers after a short gain.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs.
And the stop that time made by Nolan White. The dark orange on black numbers in the rain are not the easiest to read from up here, especially looking through a screen in the press box. Big play here, 3rd down coming up for Carl Junction. 3rd and about 5. 4-man front for the Tigers. Carl Junction will throw. It's almost picked off. Jaden Duvall had it, dropped it, but still a stop. Duvall stepped right in front, and he had nothing but alternating green stripes between him and the end zone.
Yeah, and if you watch the film again later, you'll see that Jaden pretty much read that coming the whole way. He knew exactly where the QB was. It was a slant pass right in the middle, and Jaden came up on it real quick. Again, ball slippery. It is pouring here at this game.
Kick is away. Flood is going to wave everybody off, or wave himself off and let it roll. Probably a good idea under the conditions. And it rolls to around the 25-yard line, which is where Republic will take over. On the 26 officially, says Ken Knierim. State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it, with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com. Tigers take over on the 26. Turn, hand it off to Sigmund. He's got room. There he goes out to midfield before he's finally ripped down from behind. Noah Southern made the tackle, and a big run for Sigmund, and I guess it's his night for a big night. He had the most rushing yards in week 1. It was Lewis Wallace, who we haven't seen yet here tonight, in week 2, and now Sigmund back at it.
And the giant hole in that play was very reminiscent of the touchdown that was scored just a little bit ago.
Sigmund again, running off the right side. Takes it forward for about 6. Boy, What a difference it makes when you can pick up 5-6 yards on first down.
7 on first down.
7, says Ken Kinnear.
You're exactly right. That pretty much opens up the playbook more when you're looking at second and medium instead of second and long. And Sigmund is running very fast, even in these wet, slippery conditions.
They give it to him again. He kind of bounces out, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard, and it'll be third down and about 3. In some ways, it's probably harder to get a guy like that down tonight than it is somebody like Wallace, who's kind of a straight-ahead runner, because if you've got to change direction to tackle him, that's not that easy. Sigmund at tailback, takes the handoff, pushes his way forward, has the first down and more, inside the 45 to about the 44. First down, Tigers.
And what I'm noticing on the previous drive and this drive right now is our offensive line is doing a great job. They're getting a huge push up there. Most of the plays, Sigmund has got just giant holes to run through.
3 wide receivers. Sigmund again, finds the opening again. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 on first down again.
Yeah, Sigmund just went off his left tackle, and that left side on that play there literally was just a wall. They got a giant push, just kind of caving Carl Junction's right side of their D-line, pushing him back to the linebackers.
They fake the handoff, and Hayes keeps it this time, takes it down inside the 35.
It's going to be right at the first down marker. And the referee signals first down. So it's going to be a new set of downs for this Republic offense just inside the 35-yard line. Looks like about the 33-yard line.
First down, T-I-G.
Well, it's been a while since a Tiger offense has run like this consistently. Sigmund ends up landing on top of the pile and spins forward for an extra yard after he fell down. So,
and again, just like you're saying, this drive has every first down play has been about 5 yards every time. So, as you'd mentioned, it really is great for our offense. Good feeling whenever it's second medium instead of second and 10, second 11.
Down to 3:48 left to go in the first quarter. Tied at 7. And near a first down on second down for Sigmund. Just pounding away at him.
Yeah, pounding away, and it kind of looks like Carl Junction switching up their defense. They are taking out a back and adding an additional D lineman there. So they're going to go and add an extra guy up front to try to slow our running game here.
When we get to a break in the action, we'll try to get a shot of the lights so you can see how hard it's raining, but it is really coming down. I don't know if you could tell from the angle, and now upended. Sigmund gets back to the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he picked up the first down, so that was a big play. Sigmund looked like he had room, but he was hit low, and Armentrout brought him down.
Yeah, the referees are looking. It's going to be awfully close. Yeah, they're going to do a measurement.
Oh, yeah, they are right there. So they're going to run the chains out. I hope the Booster Club is selling ponchos and umbrellas in their shop. There's a video game called, what's the amusement park video? There's an amusement park simulator video game, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it's a first down where you set the pricing on all your shops, and when it starts to rain, you can crank the cost of umbrellas up to like $50. That's what the Booster Club should be doing tonight.
I think that's price gouging, actually.
Nah, that's just capitalism.
That's the free market.
Could be illegal.
They have umbrellas, in other spots, and I think as long as you can get an umbrella from other retailers, I think they'd be all right. Anyway, 1st and 10. Here's your economics lesson for the day. They give it to Sigmund again. The ball's loose, and Carl Junction says they have it. Let's see. Yep, Carl Junction got it. So Tigers drove, and then coughed it up.
And again, fumbles happen in all weather, but we kind of talked before the game that, you know, on a game like this where the rain has just been consistent, the turnover number usually bumps up a little bit, and that's just something that the coaches on there just got to harp on everybody. The center, the QB, anybody who's going to be touching the ball, you just got to squeeze that ball as best you can this evening.
So let's see if the defense can get a stop. Well, it looked to me like somebody moved down there for Carl Junction, but in any event, they're not going anywhere. Kennedy keeps it, and he is snowed under. I think Evan Smith came up again from the pile and was the first one there. He is all over the place so far.
Yeah, Evan Smith was the initial contact person on that tackle, slowed the back down, was able to get a few other Republic defenders there on that pile. Great job there, pushing Carl Junction to a 2nd and 11.
Give it to the motion man around the edge. He's got nowhere to go. A couple of guys over there defensively. And I think that was Thomasoff who got there first, as they gave it to Alex Baker.
Yeah, you got number 44, number 43 there. Both of the linebackers for Republic have been flying around this evening, doing a great job not allowing the running back to cross their face. And I think it is raining even harder now.
I think you're right. 3rd and about 13. Keeper, and boy, he's going to run about 50 yards if he gets the first down. Nope, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Kennedy kept it, came near side, went far side, and finally gave up. I didn't give up, he got tackled.
That time right there, a lot better job. See, our defense did. The backside did not overcommit, and that's what happened on Carl Junction's touchdown. Is the QB did the same thing. He went left and then cut it all the way back, but our defense had overcommitted and there wasn't anybody there. That time, same thing. He went to his right, cut back to the left. Our defense did a great job making sure no ball carriers coming back the opposite direction.
4th and 9. Kick is...
I think it was partially blocked, maybe. Was it?
Yeah, I don't know if it was blocked or shanked, but
or just the weather.
I didn't think anybody was close enough to have tipped it, but well, he either kicked it off the side of somebody's hand or the side of his own foot.
Whatever the case, though, great position there on the 35-yard line. So far, our offense has had pretty decent field position to start their drives. So kudos to the defense. Defense did what they needed to do. They made Carl Junction's offense get off the field very quickly, and maybe we
serving the Ozarks since 1979.
We should have finished on the previous drive here. You know, hopefully everybody, back over there has the opportunity, the offense there to kind of make some adjustments, get a swig of water, and there's nothing you can really do with it pouring down. Nobody's hands are going to be dry.
Flood in motion to the near side. And a bobbled snap, and Sigmund fell on it, I think.
Ball is loose, recovered by Riley Sigmund.
And that, I don't know that was...
New 2018 Chevy Tahoes and Suburbans with...
handed off before he had control of it.
I think you're right. I think that was just a bad exchange, not so much because it was slippery out there.
So that is probably going to do it for the first quarter. Clock is winding down. It's going to be 2nd and 10 when the second quarter begins. It's been a wild one so far, as the Tigers and Bulldogs are tied at 7. We're going to take a break and be back with more after this.
Your Republic Tigers 7, Carl Junction 7.
Welcome back to Republic High School Stadium for Week 3 of Tiger football. Republic North Lincoln is proud to sponsor Tiger Athletics. We'd like to wish all students, staff, and fans a safe and fun season.
Serving the Ozarks since 1979, Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic has a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers to choose from and needs to make room. Choose from a great selection of new 2018 Chevy Tahoes and Suburbans with up to $10,000 off. The SUVs made for families. Choose from new Tahoe and Suburbans with up to $10,000 off at Pinnaker Chevrolet. Let our family take care of yours. Find new roads in Republic or check out our entire inventory at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
All right, Tigers good field position again, but facing a 2nd and 10. This is the first time really they've had a 2nd and long that I can think of tonight.
Here we go. Ball is snapped. Handoff to Cam Flood up the left side. He gets knocked out of the 8-yard line. It was just an end-around handoff to Cam Flood. Looked like they were going to go to the right. Cam Flood comes back to the left. It's a handoff. Carl Junction's defense committed to the wrong way. Cam Flood just turned on the jets as soon as he was able to cross that line of scrimmage. And it is going to be 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line. Ball's on the left hash. Hayes waiting for the snap. Gets the ball. Wow. Hands it up there. I couldn't tell exactly where the ball was going there. Went to the left there. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Ball's down to about the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Tigers methodically moving the ball. We take away the big play by Carl Junction on the one run, the kind of a breakdown on defense, and the turnover, and it's been all Republic. Hayes is going to keep it, try to get around the edge. He stutter steps and got around one man, but then had nowhere to go. So ends up losing yardage on that one.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if that was the intended play there for Hayes to keep the ball and keep going out to the right there, but he was very hesitant. It looked like he was a little confused on maybe if what the situation was, but whatever the case would be, he was able to kind of, even though he lost a yard, it could have been a lot worse there with the Carl Junction defense that was diving at his feet. Could have been for a huge loss.
3rd and goal from the 8. Hayes has Lewis Wallace behind him now. Wallace is going to take it off the left side and get hit and dropped. Coming up to make the initial stop was Isaac Shields. And it brings up 4th and goal, and let's see if Drew Flippin runs out there.
Looks like the field goal unit has jogged out.
So Flippin not making it easy for himself here is
all spotted at the 13-yard line, 23-yard field goal attempt.
He's got to do it in wet conditions, but they did run it back toward the middle, and I'll bet you that was by design because now they've at least set up a straight field goal. It is straight, low, line drive kick and through the uprights, and the Tigers take the lead for the first time. Drew Flippin with the field goal, and it's 10-7. The Tigers take the lead. So a touchdown by Sigmund, a field goal by Flippin, and the Tigers have scored 10 unanswered points. When you need a plumber, you usually need one fast, but you also want one who'll do the job right. In the Republic area, that's Far Better Plumbing. Whether it's residential, commercial, or you need excavation, call Far Better and let them take away the stress of your plumbing problem. Call them at 864-8703 or find them online at farbetterplumbing.com. Every insurance company hopes you drive safely, but Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know about when you go too fast or brake too hard with feedback to help you drive safer, giving you the power to actually lower your cost. Contact Republic agent Jesse Pritchett to learn more. That's Allstate agent Jesse Pritchett in Republic.
More information about Destiny Church, visit the booth located in the commons area and grab some free popcorn tonight. Or check
I know we've mentioned the weather consistently, but as we have a Carl Junction player on the field that's being attended to after that field goal.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that he was down there, and everybody kind of ran off the field, and then I looked down during that last break and realized, oh, we've got a player hurt. Looks like he's sitting up, and it's I think it's Tegan Armentrout, who's going to – no, it's 5, not 2. It's Tyler White.
And as we take this pause to send to the Carl Junction player, the rain now is coming down in sideways sheets.
Yeah, let's get a shot. Zach White's on the camera. We mercifully let Zach White come inside our press box booth. I had a poncho, but you know how kids are today.
It was only because he said he took a shower before the game did we allow him to come in here.
Yeah, but you can see from the shot he's got there, looking at the lights, it is really pouring. So, and want to mention again, if you tried to watch earlier and didn't see the game, that the video is streaming now on the YouTube channel and on the website. So if you want to switch over and watch, you can do that. Straight kick toward the sideline, kind of a line drive, and slipping and falling. Tried to dodge a tackle, and he fell. It was Cole Stewart on the return, and he pretty much just fell down.
And we're lucky that he went ahead and caught that, because I think that if he would have just let that ball hit the ground, that was going to go out of bounds, and that would have been a penalty. So very happy that he decided to come up and catch that ball.
So the Tiger defense has been good so far, except for the one play. Let's see if they can continue to play well. Joe Kennedy looks over to the sideline. He's got Armentrout behind him at tailback. And the play clock is down to 5. They barely get it off. They're going to throw. They go deep, and it was almost picked off. Sigmund, not only is he running all over the place on offense, but Sigmund got back and made the play on defense there.
Yeah, it's almost like Sigmund has become faster in the rain than he was week 1 when it was hot and dry versus Branson.
My daughter would say he is a water-type Pokemon.
There you go. I don't know what that means, but I will agree with you, yes.
All kinds of pop culture references tonight. So second down and 10 from the 25-yard line for Carl Junction. They send a man in motion. They give him the ball, and he's dragged down after a gain of a couple. That was Baker on the carry. And I believe that is Casey Peltz who made the stop. And he did wrap him up and drag him down. Man, the track down there is holding water. I hope the cheerleaders have on their galoshes, because
no, if you look at the cheerleaders, they don't have, besides their uniforms,
well,
that's it.
Some do, and some have poncho things on, but and that's almost picked off. It was Riley Narber.
Yeah,
I think he was surprised. He could have caught it, and that would have been a memorable high school career highlight for him if he'd have had a pick 6.
Yes, but whatever the case, at least he had the whereabouts to get his hands up in the air, knock the ball down to the ground, and bring up a 4th down here for Carl Junction. The last punt that they had, or 2 punts ago, they bobbled it, and the punter wasn't able to advance it past the line of scrimmage, and we got great field position.
And the punt is away. It was under pressure that he got it off. It's going to roll all the way down, out of bounds on the far sideline over at the 25. And that's where the Tigers will take over. Baker changes the field position situation, as it had been Carl Junction with its back up against the wall for quite a while, and now Republic has a ways to go.
But if our offense kind of hits the gear that we've had the 2 previous drives, we'll be able to easily overcome this, this 75-yard drive that we got to get in the end zone here.
That'll be coming up on Friday, October the 12th. Here at
Tigers have 3 wide receivers. They've got Wallace in the backfield at tailback behind Lucas Hayes. And Hayes gives it to Wallace, and Wallace slips and slides, and then the ball slips and slides, but it's picked up by a teammate. Who picked it up down there? Wallace had it.
Yeah, ball came out. Who's coming up with it? Number...
That's Rackley. So Trent Rackley
There you
saved
go.
Lewis Wallace's bacon there.
Yes, he did.
Picking up the ball after it was on the ground.
It literally almost kind of looked like it bounced right up into his hands there. So, again, you know, it's sloppy out there, but we've got to get 2 hands on that ball to secure it.
3 wide receivers again. This time I think that's Duval in the slot. They give it to Sigmund. That was Nolan White in the slot. Sigmund takes it out to about the 41, a gain of about 4.
And what's great about having 2 backs back there is, we had mentioned this last week, when you can kind of rotate 2 guys, both guys get a rest. You're not wearing out one tailback throughout the whole game. You can rotate the load.
And to about 8 minutes left to go in the first half. They fake the handoff that time, and Hayes is going to keep it, and he barrels his way forward just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 1. Destiny Church wants to create a revolution through serving, and part of that is recognizing student athletes who are getting out in the community and making a difference. It's a feature called Servolution in Republic Tiger Sports Magazine. If you know a student athlete who's making a difference in the community, let us know about it. That's Servolution by Destiny Church. Tigers were up to the line pretty quick there. It's about 2 yards for the first down. 3rd and 2 at the 45. Handoff to Wallace. Pushes the pile, but doesn't quite get there, I don't think, unless he gets a good spot.
Right. It's going to be awfully close again. We've had 2 times already where the referees have had to call the chains, and again, this may be another time where they may have to stretch the markers out, and they will.
It's short.
From where we're standing, he's going. Yeah, it's going to be short. So it's going to bring up a 4th and a foot maybe.
Now this is an interesting call because it's not very far to get it, but you don't have great field position. But then on the other hand, your defense hasn't really given up very much.
Yeah, you just take away the one big play. Defense has done an outstanding job.
So let's see what they do here. They're in the huddle over here on the near side.
Is this honoring Burt Reynolds here?
That's what I was thinking. Eastbound and Down playing on the PA. We've got just about every decade. We just need to make a list of the decades we've covered with our cultural references tonight. So the Tigers will go for it. Wallace is back there at tailback. He gets it, and he doesn't get the first down. Ran into the pile, and there was no movement up front by the offensive line. And Carl Junction gets the stop on 4th and short for the second time. I think if Wallace had hit the pile and bounced to the outside, there was nobody there.
No, I agree with you. If he did what he was supposed to do. If you've got a gap that you're supposed to hit as a tailback, you do your job. But like you said, maybe hit it and then I've got all this space over here to my left and slide out. He could have easily gotten that first down.
So 1st and 10 for Carl Junction. And the quarterback's going to keep it, and he is dragged down by, I think it's Bauer who dragged him down.
And what I've noticed is our defense is doing a lot better at not getting confused with all the motion. Last week there was a little bit of confusion there when Nixa had different people, different movements and stuff like that. So I think the linebackers at first had a hard time trying to figure out who had the ball. But they're doing a better job this evening with Carl Junction having at least 1 or 2 guys kind of moving around when the ball is snapped and knowing exactly who's got the ball.
And a couple of fake handoffs and another quarterback keeper and down near a first down as Kennedy put it in the belly of a couple of running backs going different directions and then pulled it out both times and kept it and went right up the middle.
think that's defense hasn't given up too many first downs this first half.
And good stop there by the Tiger defense. First one there was Justin Sturdivant as he got to Armentrout.
Right, and I think Tyler Tomasoff came in too, and the assist there on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 54, Justin Sturdivant for Republic.
So second and a long 9.
Second down and 9 from the Republic.
Down to 5:32 left in the half. Tigers leading 10-7. They send a man in motion, and again, the quarterback keeper. Again, not much room. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9.
On the option.
Defense is doing a great job.
Defense is doing a good job. You're right.
Staying in that case, they stayed home and didn't bite on a couple of fakes, and Gold was there to make the hit.
Ball still marked just inside the
and it seems like all games, the Branson game, the Nixa game, and so far, it seems like Gold has been in the mix just about every single time.
They throw it, and
nice
nowhere
tackle.
to go. Over on the far side, the defender came up and made the hit. I don't know who that is because I can't read the number through the rain, but let's see if he'll turn toward us. I don't know if it was Sigmund. The dark orange gets even darker when it's wet, so pretty much their jerseys are almost one color right now. But,
and what's great about that is there was a receiver out there that was trying to block Sigmund. Sigmund ripped through that blocker to make that tackle.
So they go for it on 4th and 8. They're going to throw. They do over the middle. It's low, and even if it had been caught, I think they were short of the first down. The defense stops with 4:10 remaining, and they will take over and go the other way. Central Gas Propane is a brand new sponsor of Republic Tiger Sports. They're locally owned and operated, and they offer exceptional customer service when you need it most. They go the extra mile to meet customers' needs while providing a level of service and communication that no other company can beat. Services include auto-fill route options, pre-buy, and level pay programs. Call today and switch and save with Central Gas Propane at 417-725-3833 or visit their website at centralgasmo.com. Farmers Insurance has been providing quality, affordable insurance since 1928. In Republic, Farmers Agent Nathan Dixon has a game plan for all your insurance needs. And teachers ask about Farmers Education Discount. That's Farmers Agent Nathan Dixon. Call him at 732-2900. It's easier than ever to get your Rocco's Pizza fix. Place your order on their website at roccositaliankitchen.net or call them with one tap inside the Republic Tiger Sports mobile app. And don't forget dessert, because now Rocco's is serving homemade ice cream prepared right on site. Rocco's Italian Kitchen, pizza, pasta, perfection. Southern Sun Electric's a proud sponsor of the Classroom Spotlight. They encourage all student athletes not to settle for just good enough on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. Keep pushing yourself to higher levels and go rep mode from Southern Sun Electric. All right, after a timeout, Tigers will take over here. And they give it to Duval, who slips away from one tackler and then a second tackler, and then finally falls forward to the line of scrimmage. Tried that little shovel pass to Duval, and the defense was there to meet him.
Just the difference between if we were still playing over at the old field. If we were playing over at the old field, this would be a muddy, sloppy mess by now. But with the great drainage of this turf field, you don't see any puddles anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking earlier they're really testing the drainage. Wallace takes it and spins away from a couple of guys, maybe gained a yard, but the defense got the stop. And as fast as the scoring was coming early, the defenses have both really settled down.
You're exactly right. Both defenses have done a good job of not allowing the big play. With the previous drives, that just the chunks that Sigmund was getting there, I really thought that we would put up at least one more touchdown, but as you had mentioned, things have kind of slowed down as we approach halftime.
A couple of wide receivers to the Deer side. Hayes is going to run it and tries to get to the outside, but the defensive back comes up and makes the hit. That was Colton Kennedy who came up and got him. And it brings up 4th down, and I think that Carl Junction is now going to call a timeout to force a punt with 2:42 remaining in the half. Tigers leading 10-7. Vision Health Eye Center. Outstanding eye care, exceptional eyewear. From glasses, prescriptions, and contact lens fittings to emergency eye care, we help your family see, feel, and look better than they ever have before. Check them out online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. And since 1986, Yoakum Automotive has been the hometown auto repair shop you can trust. And with their new customer communication system, their mechanics will show you what's wrong with your car and let you sign off before the repairs are made. That means you get back on the road even faster. Schedule an appointment online at yoakumautomotive.com. Timeout is about over. The Carl Junction Bulldogs defense jogs out onto the field, and the Tigers will kick it away. Logan Watson is back there.
First punt of the night for Republic.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
So,
10, 11, 12. Carl Junction's got 12 players. There we go. He got off. I was counting. I was like, wait a second.
Kind of a wobbly snap, and they almost got back there. But a good kick by Watson, but it takes a Carl Junction bounce, and then it keeps rolling, and finally they jump on it at about the 46-yard line of Republic. So Carl Junction will have about 54 yards to go to get to the end zone. Here's a touchdown for your family budget. Combine your home and auto insurance and save money with State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Call her at 732-1414 or find her online at sarahrader.com. That's State Farm agent Sarah Rader, 732-1414. Let's see what Carl Junction can do. Quarterback keeper, and hit and dropped, and it almost like he fell into a trap door. I think somebody must have got his ankle, and he slipped down.
Who was that? I think that was Casey Peltz that got an arm in there and shipped up the backer there.
Okay, yeah. Let's watch it on the replay. Yeah, you see, they got him low, and he just kind of disappeared. Thought maybe a hole in the earth had opened up. And nowhere to go. I think Gold is in there. Oh, and now a flag. Flag comes in, and I don't know about that. What are you going to do? You're tackling a guy. You fall down. You're on top of him already. How do you avoid falling on top of him? So,
right. This is football. People come out here to see big hits, and
yeah. Now maybe the whistle blew, but let's take a look. Let's see if we've got the replay set up. No, we waited too long to hit the replay. So,
yeah.
So that's going to be.
That's a pretty weak call there.
That's going to march it forward, and you can hear the fans not very happy. It's not 4,500 people, but considering the weather, this is not a bad crowd.
And here's the thing, though. I've been kind of looking down. I haven't seen anybody leave. The rain has just gotten steadily hard, and I haven't seen anybody get up and leave. In fact, I think more people have even arrived.
If you were here at kickoff, you were sold out. I mean, you're not going anywhere at that point. And fake the handoff, and quarterback keeper. And again on that option, and I think that is partly why the so-called late hit on the last play. You think you've got a guy wrapped up, and then you don't know if he's going to give it to somebody or what. So you just make sure he's down. Second down at about 8. 1:27 left to go in the half. Tigers leading by 3. They're going to throw, and a wobbly pass is caught down the middle and down inside the 10 to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Baker made the catch. That was not a very good pass, but it was on target. Wasn't pretty, I should say. Hullen with the tackle to stop short of the end zone. It's first and goal from the 8 with 1:15 remaining in the half. Carl Junction trying to retake the lead, trailing by 3. Quarterback keeper off the left side, down to about the 6. And Nolan White, I think, was there to make the hit.
Yeah, it was Nolan White. He came in, was able to make the tackle there from the side. It's the opportunity here where the defense has got to stand tall here. You don't want to give up that touchdown with 40 seconds left before halftime.
Again, the keeper, and a gain of 2 or 3, but Kennedy can't get it in, but he gets closer. He's at about the 2.5-yard line with 34 seconds left, and Carl Junction will call a timeout. It is raining harder because at this point I can hear it through my headphones.
Yes.
So
there's very few times where, you know, I'm not in coaching, and there's very few times where, you know, I'm really just happy about not coaching football anymore. But right now is one of those times where I'm like, you know what? I'm not too shabby to be up here broadcasting the game instead of on the sideline coaching the game when it is just raining the hardest I've seen it rain in a while.
Well, and the thing is, now it's kind of started to come in sideways. It was pretty much just falling straight down before, but the wind has picked up a little bit, and that's making it worse.
Fire up your Tiger defense.
Big third down coming up. 3rd and goal from the 2. Kennedy claps his hands to signal for the snap, and every time he claps his hand, you can see the water spray off his hands. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Carl Junction spreads it. Armentrout is back there standing next to Kennedy. They getting a dry ball.
Getting a dry ball, but that is kind of pointless. As soon as the ball's down on the ground, it's soaked. So.
Yeah, by the time the official got out there with it, it was already wet. But it was fresh water.
There you go.
3rd and goal from the 2. Kennedy keeps it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Carl Junction. So the Bulldogs retake the lead 13-7, or rather 13-10, with 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Kennedy that time was pretty patient.
Yes, he was patient. He got the snap, and he really didn't move forward very quickly. He kind of saw where the opening was in his offensive line, and then hit it very quickly and just stretched his arms out. I thought he was going to be a little short, but it was that last little effort there where he kind of jumped forward and stretched out across the goal line there.
Big extra point here. Could take it from a 3-point lead to a 4, and it's up and good, I think. Yes. So with 28 seconds left, aided by a penalty, personal foul, late hit call against the Tigers, Carl Junction marches down and puts it in the end zone. 14-10 they lead with under a half minute left to go.
And this has been, if you know the look back at the scores of week 1 and the score of last week, this is pretty close. And I know it's just halftime, but it's pretty close to the 2 previous games that Republic's played.
Yeah, and really both games, this would be the 3rd game in a row that started and looked like it was going to be a big offensive night, and then the defenses started playing better.
You're right. Both teams scored really quick there in the first quarter, kind of cooled off in the second and third quarter, and then both games had some late scoring there in the fourth.
See if Cam Flood can do something here. And it goes over his head and into the end zone. And so the Tigers will take over on the 20 with 28 seconds left. Flood went back to try to catch it to see if he could pull a return. I wouldn't want to tackle Cam Flood on a night like this, but that's why I'm up here and not down there, among many other reasons.
Right, and catching the ball too. Once those footballs become waterlogged, it adds some weight there too, and it makes it a little bit more difficult, no matter if it's a pass or you're returning a punt or a kickoff.
Wallace is back there at tailback. And they give it to him. He's got a big hole, and then he cuts it back to the middle, spins forward to about the 30. 22 seconds left.
Brings up another first down, so temporarily stops the clock.
What's the timeout situation, Tim Barnes?
Republic has all three.
So they're going to quickly hand it off again to Wallace. He's going to take it to the middle. Breaks a tackle out to the 50, to the 48. 13 seconds left, and another first down for the Tigers. And I think we got a timeout. Yeah, Zach, I think that's assistant coach Zach Nelson ran out on the field and tapped the official on the back shoulder. I think if that had not been a pretty big run, they might not have called the timeout. So they hadn't warned him, hey, we want a timeout. But they got it when they saw how far that Wallace went.
And again, this comes in to play when you've got two tailbacks there that you trust that have, both guys can be the starting tailback back there. Sigmund's the one that's been in there for a couple of drives, then Wallace comes in for a couple drives, so you can definitely tell that when one of those guys comes in, they've got the fresh legs. This isn't, a situation where we're just wearing down the single tailback there. So Wallace has back-to-back huge plays. Again, got to give credit to the guys up front, the offensive line. He's had two huge holes to pick up at least 10-plus yards on these two running plays.
Cheerleaders and student section not letting the rain dampen their enthusiasm during the break. And handoff on the reverse, or rather the end around to Flood. And nowhere to go, and with 5 seconds left, let's see if the Tigers call a timeout.
Yes, they do call that timeout. So again, with 5 seconds right before halftime, is it one of those situations where you just call it a safe play, or do you do some type of crazy gadget play that you practice a few times here and there throughout the week, hoping maybe that you catch the defense off guard? And now I think the wind has shifted. The rain now is starting to come towards the press box now. So it was going kind of sideways or straight down, but now the rain is literally plastering the glass here, which is making things even more difficult to read numbers. If you open up the glass to get the water out of your way, then now you're letting on all this rain.
Well, I guess could be worse. We could be sitting out there. Let's see what they do. They're going to throw it. They're going to go up top, and it's almost intercepted. Ball ends up on the ground, and that takes us to halftime. So, at the half, Carl Junction takes the lead at the very end of the second quarter, and at halftime, the score is 14-10 Tigers, or rather Carl Junction Bulldogs. I'm trying to do three things at once. 14-10 Bulldogs. We're going to take a break and be back with our gold medal gymnastics halftime show after this timeout.
Sometimes you don't know you need a doctor until you need one right away. Meet the team at Cox Health Orthopedic and Sports Injury Walk-In Clinic. Our experts can treat fractures, sprains, dislocations, and other action-related injuries in all ages. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30 with no appointment needed. Call 417-875-3800 for more information.
Ugh, my bank hit me with $8 in fees last month.
Weird. My bank paid me $8 last month.
No way! You have a balance like that with today's interest rates?
Nope. 4% cash back on my debit card swipes. Last month I swiped $200. That's $8. I could easily do it every month, and I plan to.
What bank is that?
It's Mid-Missouri Bank and Kasasa Cashback Free Checking.
Earn some money from your money. Qualifications, limits, and rules apply. Visit midmobank.com for more details. Member FDIC.
When it's all about the journey, your choice is the new 2018 Chevy Equinox. And right now, Pinnaker Chevrolet has 15% off every new 2018 Chevy Equinox in stock. Or choose 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 cash back. Choose a new 2018 Chevy Equinox at Pinnaker Chevrolet and get 15% off. Explore every corner with the new 2018 Chevy Trax priced as low as $19,540. View the selection and find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
Well, back at Republic where the rain continues to fall, light rain. Light rain continues to fall here at the stadium as the Tigers trail 14-10. Rich Miles, Dustin Baldwin talked during the week about, I felt like the team is right. They're right there. They're not getting blown out. You don't feel like this is a team that's been dominated so far, but they are just not making the plays the first 2 weeks at the end of the game. This week it was a similar situation where at the end of the half anyway, where the Tigers just couldn't quite get the stop on defense, and Carl Junction went down and took the lead. But there have been bright spots for the Tigers in the first half.
Yes, there's been bright spots in week 1 and week 2, just like you said. They haven't just been blown out. It's just been some big plays here and there. There's been times where our defense looks good and our offense looks good, but either the offense just couldn't punch it in, on a great drive that moved down the field, or the defense has a couple of great drives where they shut down the opposing offense. Same thing tonight. It's just been some big plays here and there. You take away, you don't want to put all the blame on the penalty, but you take away that penalty there on the defense that, we said was pretty iffy there. That could have been the difference in the score. That could have shut down that Carl Junction drive. But, yes, you're exactly right. It's like we're almost there. You take away just some of the big plays that some of the opposing offenses that we've seen, and this could definitely be a totally different schedule and outcome and record for this team.
I have to laugh because if you've seen those movies where it's just storming brutally and people are stranded, and about every 10 minutes someone opens the door from the outside and comes in and joins the group. That's what's happening in our press box. About every 10 minutes the door opens and someone sopping wet walks in. And unfortunately, we don't have a fireplace. It's halftime, and the Gold Medal Gym's halftime show is going on. And this is normally a time when we would be watching the Tiger Pride Band perform, but they have taken a mulligan. So we're going to talk with game sponsor from Destiny Church, Jason Isles here from Destiny Church, to talk about their sponsorship of the game. And we've got a biblical flood going on tonight. Tell us about the sponsorship and what you've got going on, what the plan is. I don't know what the plan is now, but what the original plan was.
Yeah, I am Jason Isles. I'm with Destiny Church. I'm one of the pastors on staff, and we're just honored to be able to be one of the platinum sponsors of Republic Tiger Sports, the Booster Club. Just love giving back to our community. And this is just an honor to be able to do this. And I want to say this, what an amazing facility. If you haven't been out here yet, you've got to come out and check out a game. Maybe when there's not 12 inches of rain, I understand that. But it's just an amazing facility.
It really It is. And we were talking in the first half. I mean, it's obviously not a very big crowd, but considering the conditions, I think the crowd is pretty decent.
It is, and I've been in the concessions all night and just working in there and helping out in there, and just we've made a lot of hamburgers and hot dogs, and they just keep going and going. So it is a decent crowd for considering the rain.
People may be using them to keep warm. I don't know. Well, tell me about what the plans are for the weekend and what's going on at Destiny Church this weekend.
Absolutely. So this Sunday we're beginning our 3-service format. We've been doing 2 services for a long time, and just felt the need to go to 3 services because we keep growing. And so our service times are 8:30, 10 a.m., and 11:30. The 8:30 we are calling an unplugged service, and it's kind of more of an acoustic feel. It's not as loud. I know some people don't like it quite as loud, and so the lights are a little brighter, and it's just not quite as loud, and it's got more of a, I guess you could say, a traditional feel. But then our 10 and 11:30 services are just they're identical, and in between services we are on the parking lot. We got food trucks coming. We've been watching the weather, and Sunday looks pretty good without the rain. But we have been watching the weather. But we have food trucks. We've got some games, all kinds of stuff on the lot for the kids. We're doing baptisms live on the parking lot. It's going to be a really, really fun day, and we're really excited just to share it with the community.
And I know, community service is obviously something that you stress, and with your sponsorship with Republic Tiger Sports, we do the Servolution feature. And
yes.
You talk about, the goal of community service that you have. I know you're down there, and you mentioned working in the concession stand tonight.
Yeah, that's the heartbeat and lifeblood of Destiny Church, is to give back, is to serve. And we do several things with the community. Obviously, we're one of the sponsors, like we mentioned. One of the big things we do is called One Sole Purpose. Last year, we gave a pair of shoes away to every single child at Sweeney Elementary. And it was just a lot of fun. It was during Christmas time, and it was just a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing the same thing at another elementary school in Republic this holiday season, but we are not going to reveal which school that is yet, so we want to leave that a surprise.
Teaser.
That's right. So we just love doing stuff like that and giving back to our community.
Well, Jason Isles, thanks for coming up and joining us. Anything else you want to add about this weekend? Or
come out, man. We would love to have you. We'd love for you to be our guest, and it's going to be a fun day. So 8:30, 10 a.m., and 11:30, and we'd love to see you there.
All right. Jason Isles, Destiny Church, thanks for coming up and joining us.
Thank you, David.
Rich Miles, has the rain let up?
No, not even close. You would think that usually when you have downpours of this magnitude, they don't stay very long. It's only a 5 or 10 minute type of thing, but it has literally been a steady downpour for over an hour. And the crazy part about it is this isn't really widespread. I've had a few people that have texted me and said it's barely raining where I'm at, and some of these people live in Battlefield or south side of Springfield or close to Nixa, and they've got a light rain, but you come just a few miles this way here over here at the high school, and it has just been raining the hardest I've seen in a long time, and it's been a sustained rain, and the wind has changed directions at least a couple times. Here's another where we can do some more pop culture. It kind of reminds me when Forrest Gump is describing the different types of rain that's going on in the movie, and pretty much is how it is. It's been started off as a light rain, a pouring rain. It's coming straight down. It's coming sideways. This would be the closest I think that you could talk about monsoon weather, where it's just a downpour that doesn't let up. And they have these nice turf fields now where the drainage is great, and we talked about this, but if you kind of look where I'm standing here towards the edge, some of the water is starting to pull up just a little bit on the turf, but obviously nowhere close to what it would be if this was over at the old field or any other field that is naturally grass.
Well, I mentioned people coming in. A special shout out to Cheryl Burnett and Tim Barnes, who were our not Tim Barnes, he's up here. Tim Brazil, who was our sideline people. So Cheryl's got pictures, and we'll have video highlights, assuming the cameras aren't all waterlogged by the end of the night. We'll have all of that later on. But they were out in the elements with minimal protection, I would say. Both of them are soaking wet, but thanks to them for doing that. And now I think Tim Barnes has stats, and he's going to give us first half statistics.
As you would expect, there was limited passing. Lucas Hayes was over 2. Riley Sigmund had 15 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. Lewis Wallace had 8 carries for 49 yards. Cam Flood had a couple carries for 25 yards. Total rushing yards for Republic, 170 yards. For Carl Junction, it was the Joe Kennedy show. He was only 2 out of 6 passing for 27 yards, but he had 14 carries for 108 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. The rest of Carl Junction had less than 40 yards in offense, so it's all Joe Kennedy. Total yards for Carl Junction, 141 compared to Republic's 170.
Yeah, Kennedy had 48 carries for 224 yards coming into the day. So he's obviously their big weapon. He also was 24 of 47 throwing the ball, but that's, as you mentioned, not going to happen much with the weather being the way it is. 14-10 the score, and the Tigers will kick off, I think. No, they kicked off to start the game. They'll get the ball.
Republic will get the ball.
So seems like last season this happened too. It was several weeks before the Tigers actually got the ball first. I think they've kicked off all 3 games so far. Rich Miles, what's the strategy going into the second half?
Well, on the defense, just don't allow the big play. They've done a great job of shutting down a Carl Junction offense. Mentioned that, it's pretty much been the quarterback for Carl Junction that's done just about everything. They've done a great job of making sure that he's not able to get out on the edge. That is where he is dangerous. That is how he scored that long touchdown, was he was able to get on the edge there, and he was in full stride, and there was no one on our defense that was able to catch up with him. So as long as we keep him contained and don't allow him to bounce out towards the numbers, we should be in pretty good shape. On the offense, just need to finish the drives. We've had a few drives that started out just great, and big holes by the offensive line, and Sigmund and Wallace have done a great job of running hard, but it seems like kind of like last year, drives would always kind of stall once we got close to the 20-yard line, and we just couldn't punch it in, and that's happened this evening. So one thing that is probably, has been said multiple times already, you've got to finish what you start. You got to finish these drives. We can't settle for, a drive that goes 60, 65, 70 yards, but then stalls, and you've got nothing to show for it, and you've just eaten up a bunch of time on the clock, and you hand the ball right over to a really quick Carl Junction offense. But with that said, it's a close game. It's 14-10. We've been in close games, in week 1 and week 2. So, this isn't out of our element type of thing where, we're trying to play catch up and have to, score a bunch of touchdowns just to kind of even this game up. We are 1 score away from taking the lead, and, just the way things have been going, I don't see any problem whatsoever with our offense getting the ball here and starting off a second half drive that puts up 6 points.
Well, I can only see one problem for the broadcast in the second half, and that is that I just realized when the wind started blowing this direction, now the screens in front of our windows are covered with droplets of water, and it's kind of hard to see the field from here. So we're going to open up the windows, hit the water off the screen.
You are
and see what happens.
You are doing that with a bunch of electronics. So,
well, it's not actually blowing in.
But
Tim Barnes is giving me a physics lesson.
If everybody,
on which way the water is going to go. So, Tim and Rich, what I need you to do is to go outside and hit the outside of the screen.
I'll get right on that. Yeah, why don't we make the person that's already soaking wet do that?
That's right. Yeah, Tim Brazil he's getting ready to go out anyway for second half highlights.
Right. And for those that know me, if I went out there to try to reach to knock the screen, I would only get about the bottom 6 inches of the screen, and that's all I'd be able to clean off.
Well, there's more bad news. There's inclement weather in the area. Please exit the stadium and find shelter inside the high school. And it looks like to me that
was
probably means it must have been lightning because they put a 30-minute timer up on the scoreboard.
All right.
So, the 30-minute timer is what they do when there's a lightning strike. You got to wait 30 minutes before you can get everybody back out. So, I looked down at the field and all the players were running off the turf, and I thought that's not good. So everybody making their way gingerly down the steps with their umbrellas, trying to get to the bottom of the bleachers, and then they're going to be walking over to the high school behind us. And I don't know if they're going to clear the press box or not. This is when we need an old Hall of Famer in here to tell some stories. Where's Ed Miller when you need him? Ed may be watching. I don't know, but if I had the ability to take a call and patch him in, I would just make him start telling stories. So anyway, well, let's go over those stats again. No, we're not going to go over the stats again. So I thought about this before the game started because I thought this might happen. What we're going to do is we're going to leave the live feed up. We're going to leave the crowd mic on so you know that it's working. And I'm going to see if I can get a message up there. We'll just keep streaming rather than shut it down. And so we're going to do that. Anybody have any stories they want to share of their old football days? Rich Miles? You want to talk about let's talk about the game.
No, let's not. I know what you're going to bring up, and everybody, once they figure out that I played during that time period, you don't even have to bring that up.
Anyway.
I refuse to talk about it. I lived it. I don't want to relive it.
We're going to turn down Rich's mic and talk about the big comeback against Branson back in the day. No, we won't do that to you.
Thank you.
Is that there's one person on the field. I don't know if that's Trevor Fisher down there. Who's walking the field or if it's a coach. But we're going to take a break. We'll leave this stream up and turn down our mics, leave the crowd mic on. So you'll be able to hear the rain, I guess, at least. And then we'll just kind of hop on here and update you every once in a while. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to point the camera, Zach White, at the scoreboard over there. So anybody that sees the scoreboard, once you zoom in, I think it'll give you a decent shot. Yeah. So now everybody should be able to see that there's inclement weather whenever they zoom in, and we've even got a nice little timer there telling us when the lightning is going to be over. So that's it. We'll hop back on here when we know something more, and that's it for now from Republic High School Stadium, where the Tigers trail at halftime 14-10.
Sometimes you don't know you need a doctor until you need one right away. Meet the team at Cox Health Orthopedic and Sports Injury Walk-In Clinic. Our experts can treat fractures, sprains, dislocations, and other action-related injuries in all ages. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30 with no appointment needed. Call 417-875-3800 for more information.
Ugh, my bank hit me with $8 in fees last month.
Weird. My bank paid me $8 last month.
No way! You have a balance like that with today's interest rates?
Nope. 4% cash back on my debit card swipes. Last month I swiped $200. That's $8. I could easily do it every month, and I plan to.
What bank is that?
It's Mid-Missouri Bank and Kasasa Cashback Free Checking.
Earn some money from your money. Qualifications, limits, and rules apply. Visit midmobank.com for more details. Member FDIC.
When it's all about the journey, your choice is the new 2018 Chevy Equinox. And right now, Pinnaker Chevrolet has 15% off every new 2018 Chevy Equinox in stock. Or choose 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 cash back. Choose a new 2018 Chevy Equinox at Pinnaker Chevrolet and get 15% off. Explore every corner with the new 2018 Chevy Trax, priced as low as $19,540. View the selection and find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
Sometimes you don't know you need a doctor until you need one right away. Meet the team at Cox Health Orthopedic and Sports Injury Walk-In Clinic. Our experts can treat fractures, sprains, dislocations, and other action-related injuries in all ages. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30 with no appointment needed. Call 417-875-3800 for more information.
Ugh, my bank hit me with $8 in fees last month.
Weird. My bank paid me $8 last month.
No way! You have a balance like that with today's interest rates?
Nope. 4% cash back on my debit card swipes. Last month I swiped $200. That's $8. I could easily do it every month, and I plan to.
What bank is that?
It's Mid-Missouri Bank and Kasasa Cashback Free Checking.
Earn some money from your money. Qualifications, limits, and rules apply. Visit midmobank.com for more details. Member FDIC.
When it's all about the journey, your choice is the new 2018 Chevy Equinox. And right now, Pinnaker Chevrolet has 15% off every new 2018 Chevy Equinox in stock. Or choose 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 cash back. Choose a new 2018 Chevy Equinox at Pinnaker Chevrolet and get 15% off. Explore every corner with the new 2018 Chevy Trax, priced as low as $19,540. View the selection and find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
All right, well, if you are still watching, congratulations. Timer is down to under 9 minutes left. We are in a lightning delay. So the rule is once the lightning is seen or spotted on whatever lightning device they have, that you have to pause for 30 minutes. And that's what we're in the middle of. It was just about the end of halftime. So teams were pretty much warmed up, and then all of a sudden they started running off the field. And if you hear that noise, that is not thunder. That is a tiger roar playing over the loudspeakers. They're having a little fun with the sound system during the break. I had a panic moment that it was another thunder clap, and that meant more lightning. But no, so the clock is still ticking down to we're down to about 8 minutes. And just kind of wanted to jump on here and fill you in. I've been asking around, still no stories to tell, so we're just going to leave it on the sign. And I'll try to hop on social media when we're about ready to go and let everybody know what's going on. But for now, back to our not scheduled program that we're going to have during the break.